This is the Wuben G5. Let's test and review this EDC, easy to carry, little rechargeable flashlight. This flashlight only weighs 1.84 ounces. It measures 1.5 inch or about ½ inch and 2.5 inch tall. There is a belt clip at the side, which is pretty versatile. You can flip it around, clip it on your hat, or clip it on the side of your pocket or your belt. It includes a nice strong magnetic base and a head that can be turned 180 degrees. This light comes with a lanyard, which you can install just like that or use the ring for it. So if you're going to use that ring for the lanyard, then it's not going to work as good for the magnet. It's not going to be as solid as if you just put the lanyard directly into this hole. It also comes with a USB-A to USB-C charging cable, but you'll need to get your own power block. There is a lock mode, so you don't end up operating the light by accident while it's in your pocket. Light mode, and if you go all the way, that's your charging mode. When the flashlight is on the light mode or the charging mode, you can hold that button for a few seconds and it will display how much charge. Solid blue is fully charged. Blue flashing is about 75%. Fully red is about 50%. And red flashing is under 25%. This little light is packed full of features. So before we do the drop test, dunk it into water. Let's see how easy it is to operate. First, if we bring it into the light mode and we press this button just once, now we're at the lowest setting, which is about 2 lumen. We can crank this up. The 2 lumen can run up to 65 hours. Now we can bring it all the way to the high intensity. And if we double click this button, we go into turbo mode. Turbo mode is very bright, up to 400 lumen. And this will run for about 50 minutes. Now, if you open it into the light mode and you press again and hold this button, we're going to go into the RGB mode. The RGB mode has 7 different colors, which are about 10 lumen. You can also bring this to whatever color you're at if you want it a beacon. Now you can double press onto this button and it will start flashing. To get out of the beacon mode, you just double press the button again. In the RGB mode, and you press the button just once, you're going to shut off the light. And when you reopen it, you're back into the RGB mode. So if you want to go back into the normal mode, you just hold that button. Now this light is rated IP68, which is water resistant, up to 2 meters. For about an hour. So it shouldn't be too bad if you drop it by accident into a puddle of water or in the side of the lake. So we're going to keep this in there for 5 minutes and make sure that the light and all the function are still working after. We'll fast forward that part of the video. Okay, so it's been 5 minutes. Now, I'm not dumping it into 2 meters of water for an hour. This is pretty much like, showing us that if you're working outside and it's raining or you drop it into a puddle of water, the light will still work. So it's working right now, but we'll have to test all the functions to make sure everything is still working. So we're going to move the head here and then turn the light on again. Looks like there's a little bit of water that went around the charging port, but not inside the charging port itself. I'm just gonna put it back into the light mode. Now we're gonna try turning our light on, turning our light into turbo by pressing twice. Getting out of turbo mode now. We're going to lower the intensity. Yeah. So now I'm in the RGB mode. We're gonna go through the function. Yeah, no problem. Everything is working with this light. Now the only thing though, it's if you're going around and moving the head pretty often, I would believe that the seal around the head could end up leaking at one point, because you can still operate the light if you're putting the switch all the way onto the charging mode. If you forget it like this and you drop it in the water and there's water getting into the charging port, that could cause trouble too. Now let's do the drop test. The drop test is also where I'm a little bit concerned about it. So the body is aluminum or metal, so it should be impact resistant, no problem. But again, with the head, you can spin around and it is not touching the rest of the body, so it's not supported. So I'm afraid that if we end up hitting that corner here, then it might break off. Now the impact resistant, it's rated for 1 meter, which is about 39.25 inches. So we're going to try to stay up to that range right now. We can try to drop it from higher if it passes test. And I'm going to drop it in a different angle 2 or 3 times and see how it handles everything. I had a light that didn't handle this not too long ago. Alright, so let's drop it this way, this way, this way. Every time I'm gonna keep the light on. Oh, alright, I thought it was broken, but it was the way that the impact happened. That switch actually went into the lock position. I was like, oh man, we busted it already. And it was dropping like this. Alright, so let's turn it back on. It still works, no problem. We're going to actually try to drop it on the head, so where the light is right now, and then see what happens. It is still working. Our light is still working. Our head is not loose, so I was able to handle that impact no problem. Let's drop it flat this time and see what happens. Still works, no problem. And it's still flip. Doesn't seem to have any problem with it. The claims are good for this so far. 1 meter, no problem, but you know, what's fun in that, right? Well, I know, like, if I'm on top of my garage door fixing something on the ladder and I drop it, can it handle it? Can it? And yeah, the light's still working. The head's still fine. Nothing is loose. If I keep doing that though, it might not have as much water resistance through the head like I was saying. I'm a little bit afraid of this. Looks like the only thing that's happening every time we drop it, it moves this switch just slide. And our last drop was about 7 feet. So it was more than twice of what that light is supposed to be rated for. So it was a good test. I just dunk it back into some water for a second just to see if the drop actually damaged the seal and anything like this. Seems to still be working, no problem. Like that would have happened fairly quick if the water was able to get in there. Oh, perfect. So at the end of the day, if you ask me if I like it, I do like it. I think it's nice, small, fits in your pocket easy. All the features are very easy to go through. Some of those small light with tons of features, sometimes there's lots of tricks with the buttons and you can get lost. I was happy with the drop test that we did. It survived it, no problem. I really like too that you can move the head. It is also a affordable little light. I would carry this around when I'm at the shop there. Can have it in my coveralls pocket if I'm walking outside to go start the truck before bringing in, or just for a quick inspection. 2 lumen is good because if you're just camping, for example, and you're trying to read something on a piece of paper, if it's too bright, it just blinds you because of the reflection. So dropping it down to 2 lumen is perfect for this. The 2 lumen will be 65 hours. Now, I don't think I will read for 65 hours. Most of the time when I use a flashlight to do an inspection on trucks or a vehicle like this, or because we lost power in the house, I will use it at least at half mode, if not at full mode all the time. So 50 minutes at full mode at turbo is not super long, but it will do the job. If you're interested in that Wuben G5 flashlight, I will have a link in the description and in the comment where I got some affiliate link for the Wuben Zurich website and also my Amazon storefronts.